welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims for us people today. And so today is definitely going to be an exciting day, just because I'm excited to say that today is Shell Challenge Day. Because if you don't remember my previous Shell Challenge that I did last month, where I had set themes like nifty, rustic, suburban, post-apocalyptic, and the eras, you would probably definitely enjoy this one, because this is yet another theme Shell Challenge for the month of October. And to be honest, I'm actually low-key very excited about this, just because when it comes to spooky and it comes to October, I was like, I can finally use clutter that serves a purpose and no one has any issues with the clutter. Because when you think about it, spooky can be a lot of cobwebs, papers all over the floor, cracked walls. Like, there's a set purpose for it for once in my entire life. Because there are times in my life where I'm thinking, oh, I can't do all that. There's no way I can do that, just because it wouldn't make any sense. So might as well do a theme around it. So if you would like to try out my Shell Challenge, all the rules and everything you need to know are linked down below in the description. But in case you don't read the description and you want to save your eyeballs a good read, I will tell you in this lovely video what it is. Because if you want to look it up and do my Shell Challenge, my origin ID is SpringSims on the gallery, but also under the hashtag SpringSpookyShell, just in case you want to try it out for yourself. But my only two rules that I technically have is don't use any custom content, and you can actually don't use any custom content, and don't mess with my walls. That's kind of basically the only rules that you kind of have to follow. Everything else, you can just do whatever. You can put it on any size lot that you want. You can put it anywhere you want. It ranges from 20 by 15 to 64 by 64 because I play tested everything to make sure it fits on every size lot, and it pretty much does, because I realized that with my Shell challenges that I tend to have like a set size that I want to go for, and I just stick with it, and it just ends up working on any size lot. I just chose a 20 by 20 in Strangerville, which I will tell you a story later in this video. But the Shell Challenge actually ends on October 29th, 2020, but I will be touring them all on Twitch the following day on the 30th. So that Friday, we'll be doing Shell tours on Twitch. So if you want to go follow me, twitch.tv/SpringSims over there, just in case you want to go get your build toured. And yeah, I honestly had a lot of fun doing this because, to be honest, I love building anything that has to do with like spooky or rundown, or just have an excuse to use clutter like it's no tomorrow. And I did that. But what I realized is that I always tend to have my builds, like my shells, all planned out what I want. But then I didn't realize that I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to do my own Shell Challenge and make something out of it. And I forgot that the roofing might be a little bit difficult for some people, including myself. Like, I'll go into it very confident, excited, ready to go to get it finished. Yeah, that wasn't the case for me. I just ended up actually just not really figuring out what I wanted. However, I later on figured it out at the end of my build, or towards like this point in the video, but the layout, not so much. So what I did for this shell, at first it was going to be like a residence home, but I realized that the lot that I have it on right now used to be a library. So I thought, why not convert my shell into a rundown rustic library for the Halloween season. However, there's not a lot of like Halloween related items in this build. I wouldn't be able to kind of use my idea of like Halloween, where you have seen haunted mansions or rundown builds in real life that kind of relate to the whole spooky vibe. So I kind of went with it and kind of did my own interpretation of what my theme of spooky is. And it actually worked in my favor. And to be honest, I want to do another one, which I already have one already pretty much done and going to be uploaded soon in the next couple of days, because I did another Shell Challenge, not my own, but somebody else's. And it's my friend now in Technicolor. She had a Shell Challenge going on and I already completed it, and I actually like how it turned out, because the theme was spooky, but also I went above and beyond and did the most extra landscaping of my entire life for that build, and I'm low-key kind of happy, so I might build the Haunted Mansion next for the 31st of October at the end of the month. Don't quote me on that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens at the end of the month because I have literally no clue how to build like Kate Emerald or Simprove. Like they're very talented people. And I'm just like over here building suburban houses and abandoned stuff, but not on the scale of their builds. No, no, no. They're talented. I is just a weenie and build stuff like this. So yeah. Anyway, I was going to share a story with you all for this build. And let me just tell you, if you remember my last speed build that I did, not the 300 baby challenge explaining video, but the other one that I did for my previous shell challenge, I rolled post-apocalyptic, and I told a story in that one that kind of related to Strangerville, and I think I said I was going to do a continuation of it because I had more to tell. I'm going to be honest, I do not remember the names I shared in that build. All I remember is George Cahill, the old senile man who lives in the underground bunker in Strangerville in the far right-hand corner of the map. In that plane, but underground. He lives there. He's crazy. He won't come out of his house, and it's totally fine with me, because people scare me sometimes, and that's all right. But nevertheless, the story behind this build, it used to be a nice, wonderful library/home because the person who used to live here was Erwin, or was his name Edwin? It's that, that one guy in Strangerville with the tinfoil hat, with the orange hair, who looks exactly like Eliza Pancakes, that kid? Yeah, him. He used to live in the library, up in the attic. And so what I did is that I converted this library into a lovely home/library where the bottom portion of the build is a library, centric place where you can come and read, do all your research or whatever, but the upstairs is technically where your sim can actually live here if you wanted to. So Erwin had the bright idea, since he doesn't really technically have a home in Strangerville, he lives up in the second floor of the library that has pretty much no access to, have no access to the outdoors, or people cannot go up there without, his permission, or they don't want to go up there because it's kind of not, pleasant up there. Like the bedroom and his little common area, not for the faint of heart. Like there's a bunch of trash and clutter and, broken stove and a refrigerator. Like that. It's like not really good to be up there, and unless you're like a friend of his, which the only friend he has is George Cahill. And I'll get into that in a minute. But Erwin was not so bright in the head, and he is related. I'm going to just say he's related to Eliza Pancakes, so it just makes perfect sense that way, because they look exactly the same. So Erwin, whatever his last name is, he is the long-lost brother of Eliza Pancakes. They both wear glasses, they both have red hair, they both have that awkwardness to like their personality, so it just makes perfect sense how they're related. But Eliza Pancakes didn't really know that she had a brother, because the parents said, "Oh, Eliza, no, you're the only child," but little did you know is that her mother, Susan, had a child way, way, way before, or actually at the exact same time, had another family before Eliza. Like, they're pretty much like only 2 years apart. Erwin's the older brother, and Eliza's like the younger sister, but only by 2 years. But Susan, Eliza's mother, had another family without the father knowing, which kind of made things not so great for the family back then. And that's why Eliza lives in Willow Creek with Bob Pancakes and wants to have the life the way she wants to live it, not what Bob wants. And Erwin was kind of like set to the side. He was adopted into a family by the, mayor or whatever his name is of Strangerville. He lived there for a while, but he later on kind of ran away from home to live his own life because he thought everyone around him was an alien and also some type of like weird creature. So he lived in this random attic in the library of Strangerville for about 11 years. But little did I know, I did some research. I found out that Erwin was a scientist at the secret lab, or the Strangerville laboratory place over there that's now abandoned. He used to work there for 5 years. 5 years he worked there. But I found out, did some more digging on the computer in the library, that Erwin was literally the sole purpose, the sole reason, not the lady that I discussed in the previous build, but Erwin was the little person who created the mother. He was the whole reason why the mother exists, why people are always going crazy, why there's like random plants spawning all over the world, and like it always comes back every so few years. Erwin is the issue. He is the sole reason why people are going crazy. But the twist is, Erwin has no memory of what happened, because here's the tea. Here's the lowdown. It was May 19th, 1998, when Erwin went to work and was like doing his task for his job, like one does as a scientist. But he had like this random plant in his hand, and it had this like weird vial thing of like whatever substance it was. I have no clue what it was. Don't ask me, because I have no idea. I'm not that smart. So Erwin went down into the basement where he had no clearance, no access to whatever, but he found like this random key card and went down there anyway. Was straight down to the basement where the mother plant is. He accidentally tripped because he's clumsy. He tripped, fell into the hole, dropped his plant, and then like that vial of whatever potion, whatever that thing is, fell on top of the plant. And then Erwin was like, oh, what happened here? Oh no, I'm just gonna go ahead and like walk away like nothing ever happened. So to this day, no one knows what happened. Well, they know what happened, but they don't know how it happened or who did it. Like they don't know who made the mother, who caused this mess. It was Erwin. But Erwin back then, when he fell, he lost his memory and kind of went on with his day. But that bump on his head caused him to realize that everyone was an alien, and now he's just like living that weird conspiracy theorist life in Strangerville, still lives where he used to live. So he lives still in the library that is now abandoned because of the mother and because of him, and also because of George Cahill. George Cahill and Erwin were not really in cahoots. They were more so like acquaintances of like this random like scheme saying everyone's an alien, don't trust anyone. So they kind of just went on with their day thinking, don't trust anyone, everyone's like all weird, don't talk to anyone, just live the way you want to live and live your life. And so they just did that. And George, he was like, I don't care. I'm just going to be my own person. I don't want to talk to you. You seem weird. I seem weird. But I know I'm normal and I know you're crazy. And Erwin was just like, okay, whatever. I'm fine. You don't talk to me. I'll just move on. It's all right. So till this day, Erwin is now 29 years old. He used to be a scientist, but now a conspiracy theorist, and trying to figure out what he really wants to do and how he wants to like really uncover the secrets of Strangerville and how to save his hometown, even though he still has no idea he was the reason he caused it. And the only reason he doesn't know is because that accident happened 5 years ago, and the only person that can help him uncover the true secrets and his full memory is George Cahill. And that, my friends, is why George Cahill is a crazy, paranoid person that you want to get to know, because he knows a lot of things. He's been in Strangerville literally all his life, for about 40 some odd years. So he knows literally every single person that comes and goes, all the knickknacks and paddywhacks. So trust me when I say George Cahill knows stuff, he knows stuff. He was there. He was there, because George Cahill, like, when he was in the military, he was there, like, on a special mission when he, like, crash landed. He did work at the science lab for, like, 2 months, but he was, like, more so, like, for maintenance, like, custodian stuff. He had clearance to all of the places in the building, so he was there when Erwin fell and that mother happened. So, yeah, George Cahill has a secret. Hasn't told anyone, and probably still won't tell anyone. It's been like 5 years. Yeah, so I will let you all marinate that for yourselves, figure out how you're gonna figure it out, uncover the secrets of Strangerville, like talk to George Cahill, talk to Erwin, cause they know stuff. Well, Erwin doesn't really know much stuff. Knows some, but not all. George is the real deal. He may seem crazy, he may seem a little bit, on edge, but that's just the way he is. That's his personality. But trust me when I say, he a genius. He knows stuff. Uncover the truth, and the truth shall set you free, my friends. And Strangerville will no longer be crazy. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap up this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what you thought of my story of George Cahill and Erwin, because honestly, they're both crazy. And two crazy people might have some secrets that they might be withholding. You just gotta uncover and peel the layers one by one to understand what's going on. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!